What is life? This is a question I will not be able to fully answer for you, although I'll attempt to define it later. Even among living creatures here on Earth, what life actually is still a matter of nuanced debate. For example, some people are still debating whether viruses are technically alive or not. If we can't settle the debate here on Earth, we may not be able to recognize very different life forms on other planets, even if they hit us in the face. Other lessons will explore the possibility of life on other planets, but this lesson will focus on establishing some key basics about the nature of life right here on Earth that are not in question, so we can later compare that to potential life in the far reaches of the universe. If I were to attempt a definition of life as evidenced by processes here on Earth and Earth alone, I would say it goes something like this. Life is a process which involves the metabolism, growth, and reproduction of an organism, and that organism's manipulation of and adaptation to its surroundings for its survival. The basic nature of all life on Earth includes some key underlying features, such as carbon. We are carbon-based life. But carbon alone is not nearly enough to actually account for the definition of life I gave. A lump of carbon is as good as a lump of coal. There has to be more than that, obviously. Remember, life is a process. For a process like metabolism to occur, there have to be actions that are carried out. For actions to be carried out, there have to be instructions for those actions. It's like a manufacturing plant where something like a TV is made. The process of making a TV involves actions performed in an assembly line by a lot of different people, and even robots. But those people and robots need instructions for their actions. People are told what to do with written or spoken words, and robots are told what to do via computer code. Our body's computer code, which accounts for the processes in your body that help you grow and keep you alive, is based namely on DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, although RNA, ribonucleic acid, plays an important role as well. The instructions involved in life, DNA, must be passed down to offspring during reproduction, sort of like a plant manager may copy her instructions to a colleague to pass along to someone else. When reproduction occurs, DNA is copied down for the next generation. But life isn't just about metabolism, growth, and reproduction. The definition includes a life form's adaptation to its surroundings. This is critical for life. If DNA, our body's computer code, couldn't change over time, we wouldn't be here today. If a computer company's computer engineers didn't change the code for their software, they would be out of business because times change and the computer company has to adapt with the times. Times change in real life as well, not just virtual code. The way in which life adjusts over time to external, that is to say, environmental changes, is one way to define biological evolution. This evolution is thanks in part to alterations in DNA through mutations. Mutations that are gained during reproduction and copying of DNA, random chance, or environmental conditions like radiation. Mutations are like a plant manager accidentally writing the wrong word down as she's copying the instructions for the plant's team. The team gets some weird instructions and as a result does something a bit differently. That mutation may end up killing everyone, or it may be a good thing. In real life, we can take another example. In a population of wolves, some wolves may have thicker coats compared to other ones thanks to a genetic mutation. That thick coat may not make much of a difference if the climate is cool. However, if we enter a much colder time period, the wolves with the thicker coats will be more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on their genetic makeup to offspring. This is called natural selection, a process where the best traits suited to a specific scenario are passed on by the most able to survive and reproduce in such a scenario. over time, the entire species will evolve so that thick coats dominate thin ones as a result of this natural selection. In a sense, biological evolution occurs thanks to natural selection, and that's just one part of the basic nature of life. Natural selection is a process where the best traits suited to a specific scenario are passed on by the most able to survive and reproduce in such a scenario. Biological evolution is the way in which life adjusts over time to external or environmental changes. These two concepts, along with DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA, ribonucleic acid, are just the tip of the iceberg of what life actually is, a process which involves the metabolism, growth, and reproduction of an organism, and that organism's manipulation of and adaptation to its surroundings for its survival.